Tonight on Smackdown Live AfterBuzz TV After Show, we break down everything for the Elimination Chamber, plus an extremely special guest right now. So stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What's up, everybody? We are live on AfterBuzzTV.com, the AfterBuzz TV YouTube page, iTunes, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts. Like and subscribing. Telling everybody about AfterBuzz TV, and you want to tell them about this week's episode. What's up, everybody? I'm Christian Rosenberg. The gang's all here with me. Gabby Loren is here. Tom Connolly is here.
Hello.
And I promised you all last week I was going to give you a big surprise, and we're starting the show off right away with it. On the phone with us right now, this superstar, this Sunday, could very well become one half of the very first women's tag team champions. Our dear friend, the Jersey Devil herself, Sonya Deville, is live on AfterBuzz TV. Hello, Sonya.
Hey, Sonya.
Hey.
What's going on, guys? Wow, this is kind of nostalgic being back on AfterBuzz, but as a guest. I'm pretty excited.
You're a guest right now. You just wrestled on SmackDown. You're on the East Coast. It is probably well past your bedtime, but we thank you so much for taking time to hang out with us.
Oh, I don't have a bedtime, you know that. But yeah, anytime.
You have a big weekend coming up, Sonya, with Elimination Chamber this weekend. How are you feeling going into that?
Honestly, I'm more confident than I probably ever have been. Not only because I have my best friend, Mandy Rose, by my side, but we've just been working so well together. We've been working together for so long, from Tough Enough to NXT, Monday Night Raw to SmackDown Live. Our first Elimination Chamber was last year together, and now again this year as an official tag team going for the championship. I feel good about it.
Along with it, I'm kind of curious. Sonya, weren't you one of the first two last year in the chamber? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
You were one of the
me
first.
and Bailey started in the chamber last year.
You and Bailey
it's
started.
Very familiar territory.
And this year now, based on what happened tonight, you and Mandy versus Bailey and Sasha will start this year's. And I'm curious because obviously there's a whole lot of preparation for a match like the chamber, but now you've done it once before, but this year you have twice as many people in it. And everyone I ever interview always says the most dangerous matches are the Battle Royals and Royal Rumbles because there's just so many bodies around. So how does one prepare for a match like this with already dangerous around the chamber, but then twice as many people?
I think it's one of those things where it's like we have been through similar situations. Like you said, we've been in the chamber before. It's familiar territory. We've been in Battle Royals. We've been in Royal Rumbles. We were in the first ever Women's Battle Royal at WrestleMania last year. I don't think it's that scary of a thing as it was. I think, like I said, we're prepared. We're ready. And having my best friend and my tag team partner by my side makes it even more comforting to me. And I'm confident that we are the strongest team. Not only our bond is the strongest, but also I think our skills are the strongest. I think we're a strong, dominant team, and I think we deserve those titles.
I love confidence.
Yeah.
I love confidence in a superstar, and that's being conveyed right there. And one other thing with you, Sonya, because I've been noticing this lately, we're seeing a lot more of you outside the ring. We're seeing, you did Ride Along. You had an awesome interview with Xavier on Up Up Down Down that came out a couple weeks ago. How are you liking, this idea of having cameras outside of your, I don't know if I want to necessarily say in-ring persona, but obviously now you're being followed more so. How are you adapting to that?
It's funny you bring that up. I have something to actually exclusively tell you guys in a second, but I'll get there.
Okay.
Nice.
Sweet.
Part of being a WWE superstar to me is showing the fans what happens outside of the ring. Who I am is in the ring and in my personal life is important to defining my character. I'm tough for a reason. I've been through things, and I am the person I am for a lot of reasons, and I love sharing those stories with the fans because it's relatable. And I to a lot of people, fans every day, that can relate to what I've been through and stuff that they're going through in their own lives. And on that topic, I'll be on season 9 of Total Divas, which is something I'm super excited about.
That's an exclusive. Yeah. That hasn't been announced yet.
No, that's
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
You get the soundbite and everything.
That's amazing.
I know.
Have you started?
Yeah,
have you already started filming stuff, or is it you're starting soon?
Yeah, we're starting this week. I mean, we filmed a little bit at the Rumble, but this week is really the first week of filming. I don't even know if I was supposed to tell you guys that, but whatever. Y'all are my friends, so you know now.
Too late now. Can't take it back. We're live.
Are you nervous or excited to be a new member of this Total Divas cast? Because, this is going to give you, not only do you have exposure on WWE, but this is a whole nother type of exposure with fans that may not even just watch wrestling, they watch reality TV.
Yeah, and honestly, that's the part that I'm super excited about. Obviously, I'm nervous because anytime you have cameras in your personal life, inside your home, in your relationship, it's obviously nerve-wracking because my life is crazy and shit happens sometimes that I'm not proud of and I've made mistakes. So it's all going to be captured on TV and it's going to air and people are hopefully going to be able to relate to some of those mistakes and stuff like that. My girlfriend will be on this season with me, and so that's a big thing for her because she's not in the public eye like I am. She's not used to cameras in her face, so it's going to be an adjustment for her as well and for our relationship. So I'm excited. Hopefully the fans will be excited and excited to see my story.
Speaking of girlfriends, will your girl bestie, Mandy Sachs, also be on Divas with you? Mandy Rose.
She will film with me whenever she wants to. Mandy's a part of my life, so she'll be on there. We're hanging out and stuff. So
official castmate or no? Trying to get that second
Gabby, she
exclusive.
already gave us an exclusive.
I'm here to give you my exclusive,
Yes.
not anybody else's exclusive.
Gabby, how dare you?
I always have to try. Always gotta try.
But also, so now that you're opening up to being on Total Divas. I love watching the Mandy's Donuts. So when are we gonna get that on the network as a show?
Oh, I think that's a good possibility. Mandy and I take so much pride in doing our donut show every week in a different town, and we have a long-term game plan with the Mandy's Donuts, like I talked about on Up Up Down Down with Xavier. This isn't just it's a fun thing we do on the road, but it's also a long-term business plan of ours. Mandy and I are passionate about our motto. Our life motto is it's all about balance. And that basically means that we don't believe in strict dieting. We don't believe in kind of depriving ourselves of the things we love. And something that we love are donuts and food in general. So that's kind of what the Mandy's Donuts is all about. And that's what one day our donut shop will be all about.
Yeah, Sonia, I feel like I have a bone to pick with you about this because I'm an overweight individual. I'm not going to lie. And when I eat donuts, which I love, I just get larger. Meanwhile, you and Mandy are in impeccable shape, and you have a show about eating donuts. The jealousy that I have.
It's all about balance. Maybe you don't have the balance part down.
That was good.
All right. I should ask for workout tips because I think you guys might be in a little better shape than I am.
No, but in all honesty, Mandy and I train really hard, and I wasn't into weightlifting. I wasn't into training before I started with NXT, and Mandy has really kind of taken me on as her training buddy and showed me, her bodybuilding expertise that she has from her past. And now I'm kind of addicted to it. It was never something I liked. All the years of fighting MMA and training MMA, I never really lifted weights. So it's something that I've grown to love and we take pride in. We don't miss a day at the gym. We have our off day, but we don't miss a day at the gym on the road. Tired, busy, whatever it is, we always find time for the gym. And we schedule our diet accordingly.
How long do you guys work out each day? Like, do you guys have like a set, like working out an hour each day, or how do you guys figure that out?
An hour and a half. We usually do cardio first. We love the sauna, so we'll do cardio, then we'll do like our weight training, and then we'll hit the sauna after. That's kind of our routine. And then usually on days of TV, so Tuesday, Smackdown Day, we'll just do either a high intensity cardio circuit or just some cardio.
I do have to ask you, since you brought up as far as the exercising routine that you would do while you were doing MMA, there was a little bit of a Twitter exchange earlier this week between you and Rhonda. I didn't know if, since you already broken some news, if you had any other comments you wanted to make regarding that exchange.
No, she just got sensitive about a comment that I made months ago on my Instagram account about I have a head kick. I know that's her weakness. Let's fight kind of thing. And that was just me, honestly, looking for a fight. I want to fight Ronda Rousey inside the WWE ring. And if it doesn't happen there and she ends up retiring, maybe I'll see her one day in the octagon. Who knows? But I am a competitor. I'm very competitive. And whoever's at the top of the ladder is who I want to pick on. And I'm not afraid of anybody. And I don't put myself at a lower caliber than anybody. And she got salty and came back at me and threw some jabs, which is fine. By the way, she said I had 2 amateur fights. I've actually had 3. Corrected. Also, my MMA career started when I was 16 and ended when I was 21. So I was just getting started, and I chose WWE over MMA at the time. I chose to come to the WWE and be a professional wrestler. I started at the bottom of the ladder, not obviously where she came in WWE and started. It's fine. We have different paths in life. I respect her path. I respect her as a person, but I still stand by my comments, and I'd love to fight her.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, we need to see that.
With all of your trials and tribulations, starting off, younger in life and having to really work for everything and then finally getting this break with WWE, a fan in the chat roll wanted to know, and I think it's a good question, what would you say to your younger self now, looking back on your journey?
It's so funny you guys asked that. Me and Mandy just had dinner together, and we had this long conversation about where I started and kind of what my journey was and where I am now.
Did you have donuts?
No. What did you say?
Did you have donuts with
no
dinner?
Donuts.
Okay.
No donuts. No, strictly burgers.
That's good.
But yeah, and it's not. It wasn't as easy of a journey as people may think. It was a lot of no's. Nobody accepted the fact that I wanted to be a professional fighter at the age of 16. My dad was really unhappy with it. Refused to pay for my training at one point. My mom took over. My mom was working as a dental hygienist, not making the most money, paying for my training. She was always kind of by my side and believed in me, and I'm so grateful that I had her. And I basically bartended my way to saving up $5,000 and moving out to LA on my own so that I could pursue my dream of fighting MMA. And I made it happen, and I was getting fights, and I was getting better, and I was learning. And then life is all about opportunities, and I'm such a firm believer on you got to just do what feels right and let fate happen and let fate work. And when the opportunity with WWE came up, no, it was not on my radar at all. I had no intentions of joining professional wrestling or sports entertainment. But I knew in my heart that day Maria told me about the tryout, I was like, I think this is going to work.
Like an intuition?
What's that?
Was it like an intuition for you when she said that and you kind of felt like it was right?
It was a gut feeling that I had. I always was interested in film and television. I produced an independent film when I was 19 years old, and I've always been a lifelong athlete and was an MMA fighter. So the combination of the two, professional wrestling, sports entertainment, it just made sense for me. It seemed like the perfect fit, and I was like, this is where I need to be right now. And I had a really tough choice when I got on Tough Enough between turning down my first amateur title fight with MMA or going on the show, and I chose to go on the show. And that's a decision that, had this not worked out, I still wouldn't regret it because I went with my gut and I went with my instincts, and I'm so grateful that it worked out the way that it did because I'm where I'm supposed to be in life right now.
Right, and so your life has forever changed from it.
Yeah, my life's done a 360 from 4 years ago. I was closing my bar down at 3 a.m. I was the manager. I'd lock up the door and leave, and I'd be back up at 6:30 a.m. training with my boxing coach at Coast Fitness in Hawthorne, California. So it wasn't a glamorous lifestyle. My lifestyle now, I really don't consider it glamorous either. It's just, it's fun for me. I travel, I wrestle, I work out, and I get to do it all with my best friend. And that to me is my idea of a perfect kind of dream job, but it's not everybody's.
Now to
the fan asking, don't let anybody defer you from what you think you want to do in life, because nobody knows better than you what you're meant to do.
I love that. That's so well said.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And obviously, because we've known you, I remember watching, I think it was a Royal Rumble a few years ago at Tom's place, and you were hanging out with us watching it, and see where you've come from, from being obviously a host with us to being on Tough Enough to absolution to making your own mark. And I'm going to say now, we're doing predictions at the end of the show, but I'm going to say right now, this Sunday, you're going to become one half of the first ever women's tag team champions.
We're predicting you.
You know, I knew you were a smart man.
Once in a while. A broken clock is right twice a day. Sonia, again, I know because you're on the East Coast. You guys were just in Toledo. Did you have to make a drive tonight after the show?
Yeah, we had an hour drive to Detroit and then an early flight tomorrow morning, or this morning, I guess you could call it.
The simple life of a WWE superstar.
Well, that's so nice.
Yeah, so we're so grateful that you were able to take a few minutes tonight to talk with us. Best of luck this Sunday. Stay safe, most importantly. Keep kicking ass, and tell Mandy to please save me some donuts as well.
I'll let her know, but no promises. We usually finish them all.
That's fair. That's fair. Thank you so much for talking with us, Sonia. We greatly appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Take care.
All right, bye. That is Sonia Deville, everybody.
Amazing.
Did I tell you that I was bringing a surprise? I told you, and for once I delivered.
Good job, Christian.
I can pat myself. Well, I'm taking all the credit for this.
Well, we know
Even
you
though it was all
want the
Sonia.
credit, so we
It was
figured
all
we'd give
Sonia.
you a round of
But
applause.
hey, that's big news. She's on Total Divas.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's huge. And the fact that obviously we know her. Obviously, we know her story because we know her personally. But the fact that she's been able to start sharing her story more and more, and now getting this opportunity, this platform on Total Divas, is so fantastic. I could not be happier for her. And this is great. And this was great and great of her to be able to call in. I mean, it's like after 12:30 at night.
Yeah.
She should be in bed. She has a flight in the morning.
Right, and thanks, to everybody in the chat room that contributed to questions. I wanted to ask every single one of them.
We only have so much time.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's very late for her. It's past midnight over there, so we didn't want to keep her on too long. But I'm glad we got in a few questions.
Yeah, so bear with us because tonight might be a little more of an abridged version of our SmackDown recap because of that interview, because we still have predictions to do at the end. But so let's pick up into the actual show tonight because Sonia was also on it. So we start off with Charlotte talking about how she's officially replacing Becky based on the craziness that happened at the end of Raw, where everyone was so happy, right? And
right. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Charlotte mentioned
all I saw was so many happy tweets today about how excited everyone is for this main event of WrestleMania we're getting now.
Oh my goodness.
But
what is going on?
It's leading to a triple threat.
Wait, I know that, but also, I don't.
What was Vince thinking?
Well, not what Vince was thinking. What are the writers thinking? I don't know if this is the good way to get to where we're going.
Didn't you say a few weeks ago they're making Becky like Dan O'Brien?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
This is exactly what it is.
I know it is. No, I get that, and I'm fine with that path that we're going, but I don't get the whole, we're just suspending her and putting Charlotte in the match. What? Because we still have 2 more pay-per-views to go before this. WrestleMania is not this weekend.
Right.
I don't understand where you're just skipping everything because I feel bad for Ruby Riott.
I feel really bad for Ruby because everyone's just assuming Ronda's
And-
winning on Sunday.
Asuka has never been on SmackDown since the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
But doesn't this all mean that it's not necessarily set in stone? We have so much time that all of this could change next week.
I know, but also there's also 6 weeks or so before WrestleMania where they could do all this to set it up to get us even more excited. I just think they're doing it so far out that by the time we get to WrestleMania, I don't know. Is the heat gonna die down? And we're just gonna be okay, we know where we're going. At least I feel like with the Dan O'Brien thing, they just kept denying it till the bitter end, where we were he could still lose to Triple H. We think he's going to win, but they could really make him just lose, and
Sure.
then he doesn't even make it to the triple threat. So, I don't know.
I think a lot of fans aren't really happy with, where it's
even
leading
the possibility
to.
of adding her on. They wanted a one-on-one match. I wanted a one-on-one match, but
Charlotte deserves it. If you don't think she doesn't deserve to be in this match,
she deserves
you're
it.
wrong.
It's just as far as the storyline. I think match is going to be great.
I mean, yeah.
I think I would have been more entertained by Becky and Ronda one-on-one.
Yes, I think so too. Yeah, I agree. It should just be one-on-one, but Charlotte does deserve it. And if we're going to get that as the main event and no Roman Reigns as the main event, then I'm fine. Yeah.
And Zeno Hour said in the chat roll, I decided that Raw didn't actually air on Monday. That's hysterical.
Wow.
Funny.
well, something that did air. that interview that we just did with Sonya, and we do that because we love our fans. The shirt, Segway City shirt. I live off the shirt, people, because we love you guys. We want to hear what you want, what you don't want, what you like, what you want to hear more of, and Tom's going to tell you how you can help us with that.
Yes. So before we move on to our next topic, we wanted to say thank you for making us the ESPN of TV Talk, and for us to continue to grow, we need your help. So if you want us to have cool interviews with WWE superstars,
like we just did,
exactly, and you're on YouTube watching this right now, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. And if you're on iTunes, give us 5 stars in the ratings. But no matter where you are, leave us a comment so you can get involved in the conversation. Being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much to all of us, and we truly appreciate you supporting us and doing what we love. And don't forget to tell your friends and keep enjoying our shows.
That's right. Triple threat tag team match: Naomi and Carmella versus the Iconics versus Mandy and Sonya. So, yeah, she just wrestled tonight. It was a good match. I mean, it wasn't anything. The main purpose of this match was to decide who would face Sasha and Bayley at the start of Elimination Chamber. As you heard in the interview, it is going to be Mandy and Sonya because Naomi finally got one up on Mandy, hit her split-legged moonsault, pinned Mandy. So Mandy and Sonya will enter the chamber first. But you heard that confidence. Mm-hmm. They ain't scared. They ain't scared of being the first ones in. They're planning on being the last ones out.
Mm-hmm. Which I think is awesome.
Yeah.
I liked how they did this because I thought it was kind of even on both sides of like one team from Raw starts, one team from SmackDown starts.
I like that.
Yeah.
We have a brief promo from Mustafa Ali because we found out based on the I don't want to call it a choke slam. It was like a grab of the skull slam on the table from Eric Rowan last week. Mustafa Ali is not medically cleared to compete in the Elimination Chamber. Hey. Hey, studio audience, calm down. I got something to say.
All you guys out there.
They agree with us.
They were very well behaved for the interview, but now all of a sudden they're just loud and obnoxious. But this is a complete blessing in disguise for Mustafa Ali because he's already like the underdog. Mm-hmm. That's the character, and that's why everyone's so gravitating towards him. Now he's the underdog that got pulled out of this match. So now he's going to come back with even more fire. He could have a feud with Rowan. You can do a little David Goliath type thing if needed. And he still has unfinished business with Joe. Randy Orton's the one who gave him the big black eye. He could do something with that too. Yep. It's going to only help him more build him up the ladder. Almost kind of like an early Jeff Hardy. Where all of a sudden you saw him, he happened to have a big singles win.
Yep.
Oh, wait, he might be an Undertaker in that ladder match. Like, I'm getting that type of vibe from Mustafa Ali.
I like that.
I really think, I would have loved to see him in the chamber, but in the long run, I think this helps him more.
Yeah. Orton could be that new, like the Undertaker.
Sure.
To Jeff Hardy.
Absolutely.
Sucks he's not in the match.
It sucks. I feel bad for him. But
I do feel like. Well, we'll get to when he was supposed to be the Kofi tonight. I feel like that was his spot.
You think he was going to last that long?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
I think they were just like, "Hey, Kofi, you're up."
McMiz TV. The guests are the Usos, and apparently Shane's going to be on an episode of NCIS LA.
Shameless plug.
Yeah. We have the tag team test. Where then the Miz and Shane kind of up the Usos, thanks to Miz whispering all the answers to Shane. Who's my favorite minor league baseball team? The Toledo Mud Hens. I've never heard a crowd get that loud for a minor league baseball team in my life. And Miz brings up Mandy Rose to Jimmy Uso. They all start getting heated, and they eventually, Usos do a double super kick on Miz and Shane. Help build this. I mean, we really haven't had much of a build for this match, so this was a nice promo segment for it. This would have been better if there was one more week to build this match. Like next week, we'd have Miz versus one of the Usos in a singles match or something like that. But I thought they did a great job.
Yeah.
It was fun. I liked it.
I was like, wait, I was like,
the insightful analysis on that side of the table.
I was waiting for Gabby to talk. I talked last time. Now it's her turn to talk.
Oh, thanks. I didn't know that's how it works. Thought it was just you speak when you have something to say. I thought it was fun. I liked the segment that they did in ring. It's just playful. It filled some time, even though most of tonight's show was, us seeing these men vie for the next match we're going to see this weekend.
Yes.
And the order in which they're going to be in that Elimination Chamber. So, storylines are cool, but I think the highlight of the night was really what's coming up next.
Oh, yeah, because up next is the Kofi Kingston show.
Kofi Kingston hour.
Yeah, hour plus. So we have a gauntlet match to determine the winner of the gauntlet will be the last entrant in the Elimination Chamber match. So we start with WWE Champion Daniel Bryan against Mustafa Ali's replacement, Kofi Kingston, who has chamber experience, still has yet to have a one-on-one match for the WWE title, but has been in all these group title matches.
Weren't you so happy for him, by the way?
Oh my God.
To see him do this tonight and like break records as well.
So I'm watching a match, and I expected the two of them to go for a while, but then I expected Bryan to win because he's the WWE champion, and they never let Kofi get a win like this. But they somehow let Kofi beat Daniel Bryan after
Deserves
like
it.
25-minute match. Then Kofi beats the WWE champion in a non-title match. Immediately Jeff Hardy comes in, and then Kofi beats him.
And then it gets crazier.
Everyone's freaking out.
Because he beats Samoa Joe.
Right, Joe comes out and everyone's like, all right, this was a good run, Kofi. You're dead now.
He's just going to choke him out. It's over.
But then they went like another 15 minutes, and then Kofi somehow rolled up Joe and pinned him. And then afterwards, Joe beat the hell out of him, gave him the coquina clutch outside the ring. AJ came down to make the save because he's the next one in. And AJ's trying to tell Kofi, you don't have to do this, okay? You've already, proven yourself tonight. You just got your ass kicked. I don't want to fight you. And Kofi's like, I've been waiting 11 years for a moment like this.
Right.
And then they go another 10+ minutes.
Yeah.
Well, at this point, to me, I'm thinking while I'm watching this, if they don't let Kofi win, it's such a disappointment because this man is like fighting for his life. This is everything he's worked all those 11 years for. And then
So
it was an
good.
upset.
Yeah.
Well, so then eventually AJ finally is the one who beats him, gets the calf crusher on it, and then RKO out of nowhere. Randy Orton's the sixth man. Honestly, as soon as they announced this gauntlet, as soon as I actually saw Kofi and Daniel Bryan going for like 20+ minutes, I'm like, Orton's going to be last, just hitting an RKO, and that's going to be the end of it. My only wish was Kofi somehow beat AJ, then got RKO.
Yeah. I thought either Joe was gonna win or Orton.
Yeah.
Because I thought either Joe was gonna come out of nowhere and just choke someone out, and that was gonna be the end of it, and just end it with him just leaving, a wasteland of whoever. But yeah, when I was like, oh my gosh, Kofi is like we all knew he was amazing.
Yeah.
But next level. And I really hope it comes down to him and Daniel Bryan because it's kind of I think the crowd will
how hot the crowd would be.
It'll be like that Santino when it was Santino and Daniel Bryan
Yep.
like years ago where they were just like so excited, and I think they would be because I mean when you think of everyone in this match, who else do you think it could come down to besides him and AJ, which I don't really want it to because
That's it.
yeah, I feel like we've seen it enough.
The only thing I will say about this match tonight that we saw on SmackDown Live, I wasn't necessarily happy with the ending of Randy Orton RKOing because it was so predictable. At this point, you know what's going to happen. The music's playing and nobody's coming out. The New Day's walking off very slowly. And you're like, where's Randy Orton?
Yeah.
Where's Randy Orton?
The camera shot was too set up to where you're like, it's only on his face.
Yeah.
He's gonna come out of nowhere.
And it was just too much time.
Yes, yeah. Either Orton missed, like not missed his cue, but wasn't there fast enough to do it.
Yeah.
Like I wish the second his music hit, that's when he should have hit it. Like, but hey.
Right away, I agree.
Yes, yeah.
Was this of his incredible career? Was this the biggest night of Kofi's career?
I think so. I mean, I think it's something where
Because he's had so many amazing moments.
yeah, but I think to them and the people in the back, like this is something where they gave him, they were like, here's the ball, run with it. Let's see what you can do for an hour. Like when's the last, like this is like all like Seth Rollins when he did that Gauntlet match where like he didn't win it. Did he win that? I don't know if he didn't win it.
No, he didn't.
He didn't win, but he's now in the main event of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get to the predictions, and I think I'll tell you what I think.
Well,
is gonna
and then
happen.
also he was able to shine on his own without the New Day for
Yep.
once, and he had his moment. I mean, come on, this man was wrestling for over 60 minutes, they said.
And yeah, because he broke the SmackDown record from this because the previous record was the Iron Man match from years ago between Angle and Lesnar.
Oh, wow, yeah.
But Kofi just went over an hour. I don't know the exact time. Someone in chat roll, if they posted the exact time, I would love to say it on the air. I don't know what it is, so chat roll, please help me with that. But to do this, I mean, he's had obviously the Royal Rumble moments. He's had moments of Money in the Bank ladder matches. He's won titles galore. But yeah, I think tonight, from a wrestling perspective, was the most amazing night of his career.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because he's been around for so long.
Yeah. I mean, I just like the thing that I thought that was the best part of this match was when AJ came out and then he was like, "You don't have to do this," and then that was when he just got even more fired up and just got the crowd.
That's
so
when
much more
that's when
into it.
everyone was just like, "I want Kofi to be WWE champion because he deserves it because he hasn't had that moment."
Yeah.
Amazing, just incredible. Kofi. Just
Well
amazing.
deserved.
Yes.
And I also love, I mean, we were talking about like he did it on his own. Like the fact that Xavier and Big E got sent to the back like 15 minutes in, and Kofi was by himself the rest of the time. So great.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
And there was no distractions for the most part, so it was nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Orton standing tall, SmackDown goes off the air.
He has the best job ever, right? I mean,
he literally got
He
paid.
shows up for 5 seconds, just an RKO.
Paid
One move.
RKO. I beat AJ Styles. SmackDown ends with my face on.
yeah.
That's great.
Someone I saw a tweet that said, "Don't be mad at Randy Orton. He still has more matches this year than Brock Lesnar."
Oh, by a mile.
Yeah.
By a mile.
I mean, that was a given. It's probably same as last year, too.
Well, so with that being this Sunday is the Elimination Chamber, I think it's time for us to do some predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Elimination Chamber, 2 chamber matches, a couple title matches, and some other stuff. That's pretty much what we'll run through the Raw ones first, just go those quickly, and then we'll get to the good matches, the SmackDown matches. First off, Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin. Apparently this match is finally happening.
I'm gonna say Corbin wins somehow.
Ooh. I'm saying Braun Strowman.
I'm saying Strowman. Handicap match. I don't recall if the title is on the line.
It is, yes.
It is
and
on
he
the
can
line.
pin either person.
Okay.
So he can pin-
Bobby
he can pin
Lashley
Rush to
and
win the
Leo
belt.
Rush versus Finn Balor for the Intercontinental Championship. Leo Rush is going to pin Finn Balor.
Probably, yeah. I think either, Ashley or Lashley does his finisher, and then Rush tags in Leo to pin him.
Lashley's going to do all the work. Leo's going to get the pin.
I'm going to just do something that's opposite of what you guys say because it's good to have an opposing opinion.
You mean between one person and another, you're going to choose the other person?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to say Finn Balor.
Finn Balor, new Intercontinental Champion? That's what you say. All right.
Yep.
Raw Women's Championship, Ronda Rousey. Oh, she's defending the title because it just sounds like she's keeping the title to WrestleMania. Guess that's what everyone's saying.
Yeah.
But she has to take on Ruby Riott for the Women's Championship. Ruby ain't no slouch, people. I would love so much if they just completely swerved everyone and had Ruby win this match. She's not going to, but I would love it so much if Ruby won.
I think Ronda's gonna win, but I could also see them having Charlotte cost Ronda the match. We still have another pay-per-view to go.
Yeah.
So we can have a rematch of Fastlane because that just throws everything out of whack, where it's like we went from Becky, Ronda, Charlotte, Ronda, Ruby, Charlotte. What are we doing?
Well, and Charlotte teased on the SmackDown. She gave a little wink saying she was going to be ringside for the match.
Wow.
Yeah. I think Ruby's gonna win. I'm gonna say Ruby.
I hope you're right. I can't say
think
it,
so.
but I hope you're right.
Hey, it's only for a month. Come on.
I mean, listen, I think Ruby Riott is really talented, but no, I think Ronda Rousey's going to win this one.
Cruiserweight Championship, Buddy Murphy defending against Akira Tozawa. Murphy's been having a really good reign. Does it end?
No, he keeps going.
I agree.
Buddy
wins.
Murphy.
I don't know who's gonna beat him, but
That I don't know. I don't know who they.
I think he at least keeps it till Mania.
Now for some SmackDown stuff. SmackDown Tag Team titles on the line. Miz and Shane defending against the Usos.
This is hard.
I feel like Miz and Shane are going to retain.
I think so too.
And that's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
They
really know
shouldn't
how,
be the Usos
but
at all.
No.
But they're going to.
I can agree with that. I think it's a storyline that's propelling them forward to get this win.
I could see the bar interfering.
Okay.
and helping them win. Not just because they want to beat them again. They want to beat.
Okay.
They want to win the belts from them, not
Okay.
from the Usos.
Women's Elimination Chamber to crown the first ever women's tag team champions. Sasha and Bailey versus the Riot Squad versus the Iconics versus Sonya and Mandy versus Naomi Carmella versus Nia and Tamina.
So when we saw a few of their segments where they spoke to the camera and
Yep.
kind of said why their tag teams each were the better tag team, it looked like Sasha and Bailey aren't cohesive. That there's some like missing pieces. But also, I do know that there is a release from WWE on WWE.com that Sasha's shoulder injury may not be cleared for that match. So, will they drop out? I don't know if that's possible. Will it not work out? Either way, even if they are involved, I don't foresee that team winning at all based on their promo for it.
Okay.
They just didn't seem like they were on the same page. Also, Nia Jax and Tamina, same idea. Nia Jax and Tamina had a promo where Tamina was trying to speak and Nia wouldn't let her.
I was so annoyed by that. Every time she talked, Nia was talking.
But I think that's the point.
No,
They're also
oh.
going to be not a good team that's going to be able to communicate to win because clearly there's some competition within.
Okay.
Oh, I was thinking that.
They're-
I was
they're
thinking
brutal.
that they were just like every time Tamina spoke, like
No.
they just didn't time it right.
I think that
don't know.
was part of the
I
storyline.
didn't-
Like
okay.
they're not gelling right now, so it's going to cost them in the ring.
Okay, so who wins? That was
So
the question.
I know it's a question, but I had to state it because that was my analysis tonight. So I think those two teams are for sure out. The people that I see winning this is either Mandy Rose and Sonya because they're really hot right now, especially in storyline, or it's going to be the Iconics.
But you have to pick one. We can't have two teams.
I'm going to have a first and second place, and my first place is Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville.
Okay, Tom.
Okay, I think you got it. It'll come down to the Iconics and I think Sasha and Bailey, and I think you got to give it to the Iconics. They're a true tag team. I know we got the Boss and Hug connection, but they fought so much and haven't been on the same page. Where like, and I mean, Mandy and Sonya are a team as well, but I just think Iconics deserve this more.
I cannot believe we had Sonia Deville on our show and you are picking against her.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying what I think is going to happen.
Well,
You're
They-
lost if she
I think
wins.
I think you wait till Mania to have Sasha and Bailey win.
It starts with Sasha and Bailey versus Mandy and Sonya. It is going to end with Sasha and Bailey versus Mandy and Sonya, and Mandy and Sonya are going to win the tag team
Such a
titles.
suck-up.
That was my pick before she agreed to call in.
I'm kidding.
All right. We got 20 seconds to do the last match. Dan O'Brien, Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles, Kofi for the WWE Championship. Tom, I'm right with you. It comes down to Dan O'Brien and Kofi, but Bryan wins.
Bryan wins because of the returning Luke Harper. So then we have
God.
We have Harper Rowan,
Oh God!
and then we can actually turn this into a WrestleMania feud
Yes.
of Kofi versus Daniel Bryan versus Harper and Rowan versus Kofi or
Xavier and Big E. Oh my God, I love that so much.
Right? Yeah. Let's get Kofi into
Gabby?
the main event of WrestleMania.
I think it's going to come down to Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston, and Daniel's going to retain. And also, I believe that this will lead to a future in WrestleMania where they're, vying for, Daniel's trying to retain, but Kofi's going up for the championship,
love
and
that so
maybe he
much.
gets it.
I would love
if
that
there's
so
anyone
much.
that can do this, it's Daniel Bryan.
Yes.
He's brought up Ali,
He brings up
all
everyone.
these
Brings up
guys.
them all.
Rowan, like he's grabbing these guys and going like,
But then-
I'm taking you to the top.
Yeah.
Get on now.
You guys know what happens though if this is where it goes, but then
We'll be so
Kofi gets
happy.
the title, and then what happens to the New Day?
They're all WWE
They're all
champion.
WWE champion. We'll find out. We want to know what you think that's going to happen at Elimination Chamber. Let us know on iTunes, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Please keep us posted. Also, again, huge thanks to Sonya Deville for taking the time to call and talk with us. Share this episode because that was some big news that Sonya shared. We want the world to know about it. And talk to us on various forms of social media. Tom Connolly, how can people reach out to you?
Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Tom the Com, Connolly Central. Check out our booth at WrestleCon, and we'll be at StarCast too.
Gabby?
That's awesome. You guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Gabby Loren TV and check me out on Thursday. I know it's Valentine's Day, but I will still be hosting live for Shein, and that's on the app, so download it in the Google Store and the App Store. And then tune in next Tuesday to watch us on Smackdown Live.
That's
the
right.
recap.
Follow me on Twitter at Will Rosenberg, Instagram The Will Rosenberg. Did you like my Segway City t-shirt? I did a nice segue today. You can wear one too at ProWrestlingTees.com/Christian Rosenberg. And for all your other AfterBuzz TV news and gossip, follow me on Twitter at AfterBuzz TV and follow Sonia at Sonia Deville WWE. Thanks so much for tuning in. For Tom Connolly and Gabby Loren, I'm Christian Rosenberg. See you later.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.